Hypnosis. According to the theories of psychologist Ronald Stone and the biomedical engineering models of Itshak Bentov, hypnosis is basically a technique which permits acquisition of the direct access to the sensory motor cortex and pleasure centres and the lower cerebral portions of the right side of the human brain, following successful disengagement of the stimulus screening function of the left hemisphere of the brain. The left hemisphere of the brain is a self-cognitive, verbal, and linear movement reasoning component of the mind. The right hemisphere, which functions as the non-critical, holistic, non-verbal and pattern-orientated component of the brain, appears to accept what the left hemisphere passes to without question. Consequently, if the left hemisphere can be distracted either through boredom or through reduction of soporific, semi-sleep state, external stimuli to include hypnotic suggestions are allowed to pass unchallenged into the right hemisphere, but they are accepted and acted upon directly. The result may involve an emotional reaction originating in the lower cerebral region, sensory motor responses requiring of the cortex, and so on. Both the sensory and the motor cortexes of the right cerebral portion of the brain contain a sequence point known as homunculus, which corresponds to the points in the body. Stimulation of the corresponding area on the cortex causes intermediate response in associated portion of the body. Consequently, induction of the suggestion the left leg is numb, if it reaches the right hemisphere unchallenged and is referred to the appropriate area of the sensory cortex, this will result in an electrical reaction being generated that will induce the feeling of numbness. Similarly, the suggestion that the person is experiencing a general feeling of happiness and well-being will be referred to the appropriate pleasure centres located in the lower cerebral portions of the cortex of the right hemisphere, thereby inducing the suggested feeling of euphoria. Finally, suggestions such as the one that informs a hypnotic subject that he enjoys enhanced concentration or powers of memory will be responded to in the right hemisphere by accessing unused information storage capacity normally held in reserve as a result of the left hemisphere selection and control process.